Chris Murray.
And I'm Harry Deegan.
And this is the Flat Track Podcast. Good week, Edge?
Yeah, I've actually watched a lot of cricket. It's weird, isn't it? It's like the first month of the year, it's January, it's bleak, but there's about 4 different leagues on at the minute. I can't keep up.
Have you seen the Pakistan league this week?
Oh yeah,
the defended 40.
Yeah, it's mad.
Like, yeah, fourth innings, defending 40.
Did you get 30?
36
At first I was watching thinking it was like Pakistan, like club cricket. It wasn't, it was first class cricket.
Yeah.
Like first class stats. I was like, oh my god, that's chaos. Someone's losing the job there.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because I think I saw a Facebook post and it was like, oh, the 2 for 1 off the first over chasing 40. Can't lose it from here. Yeah, you can.
You can never say that.
And then, so have you seen Steve Smith in the Big Bash getting wound up with the speckies? Well,
how can it be? The side screen is literally like 50 foot wide. I'm like, how can they possibly be getting anywhere near?
Apparently, it was the ones just above the side screen that were giving him a load.
I've actually preferred watching the South African one this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like the Big Bash has gone a bit gimmicky with like these. They have like little scenarios where they have to take certain power play at certain times if not already taken it, and it's like the surge goes back to only 2 in the ring and stuff like that. It's just like the SAC's been some very good cricket, and there's been some good games in the South African one.
Have you seen the Manchester Originals new logo?
I've not, but I've seen that what they call the Manchester Supergiants.
Yeah.
Justin Langer's just got the job, hasn't he?
Yeah, Langer's got the job, but there's been a load of stuff online about the graphic designer for the graphic design for the logo, and somebody just put, did not realise that there are no elephants in Manchester.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, it
Well,
just looks
I don't know. These days on a Saturday night.
Well, yeah. Right, so our guest this week, many of you won't know, however, played cricket with myself at Elton.
I remember watching him play for Elton as a youth. Back in the day. Before having to cut short the old cricketing career to pursue a career in comedy, which now spans over 20 years.
24 years next month.
Good work. You've been a support act for Paul Simmer off the Chase.
Yeah.
Chris Ramsey.
Yeah.
Wrestling legend Mick Foley. What a night that was. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Deegan. Welcome to the pod, sir.
Nice to meet you, man. Thanks for.
Pleasure to have you back in my life.
Thanks for. I'm confused as to why, because I've seen the other guests you've had. I'm like Lancashire's first team captain, Wisden Hall of Famer. Now I'm going to talk about winning a second 11 bowling prize.
Well,
64 wickets at an average of 6.75.
Oh,
still got the book.
Yeah. You might still have the ball from.
I have the ball from when I took 9 foot.
Yeah. I'll let you talk about that.
That's on a plinth. That's on a plinth in like on my desk where I do all my work. I have that ball next to me. 9 foot, because 9 foot's are rare.
9 foot's brilliant.
12 overs, 3 maidens, 9 for 17. 9 foot's are rare. 10 foot's are even rarer. Aren't they, Christopher? Because I've never seen one. I've never played in a game where anyone's taken a 10 foot.
Neither have I.
No, I nearly did.
Wasn't you, was it?
Yeah, I had 9. I had 9, and then you didn't really drop the catch, did you?
No, I didn't move.
Just watched it. He took it one-handed on the bounce, like it was backyard cricket, and then he was at mid-on, and then he just threw it to me and went, "I'll get the next one."
On 9.
No. I'm going to clear up the one thing with it. He wasn't on 9 at the time. Right. No, he got 1. They were 1 down. Yeah. He decided to open with himself.
I didn't. I wasn't the captain.
Oh no, you weren't captain that season. They decided to open with left arm spinner and a seamer. He got the first wicket and feeling good about himself. Couple of balls later, this one comes to me. I didn't move. Yeah, on the bounce, threw it back to him. Sorry, mate. I got the most
mobile until there.
No, I know. And this was way back then. And just chucked it to him. Get the look of disgust because I've not even attempted to go for it. Sorry, mate. I'll get the next one. And then he just proceeded to run through them. And I think he got to about 4 or 5, hadn't you, before Andy Chappell took one. And it was like,
That guy.
It was that guy that I hadn't bothered moving for.
Do you reckon the lad at the end who got the wicket feels bad? I always think
No.
if you get 9 and someone gets the 1, what do you think that bowler's thinking?
Do you know what? No, because he wasn't trying to get wickets. The guy actually played on.
Well,
Yeah, he was just trying to just bowl areas,
yeah, okay.
and the lad played on. But it was not my.
it's not your day, it's not your day.
I think about that once a week. Just in a quiet moment.
Yeah.
Like it'll just be like 7:30 in the morning and the kettle will be on, and then some at the back of my brain will go, "Must have cost you a tenner."
You used to send me a monthly message
Yeah.
to like.
For quite a while.
I think I would have.
Yeah, he did, and then there was one night we went out, and he just went, you could have been a hero. I'd have had 10 for. I'd have been in the annals of Elton history. Like, sorry mate, I had to keep you grounded. Sorry mate.
Are they not the best?
Like, I mean, I probably shouldn't reveal this, but all my PIN numbers are 9417. So I do. So it meant, you know what I mean? Every time I pay for something, I just feel like my back jaw tighten a little bit.
Yeah, anxiety.
We played Elton in 2024, and Matty Hall got 9 for.
Yeah.
And I sent him a message going, "Don't worry, your figures are still the best." Because it was like,
Yeah, I was going to say, are they still best figures in Elton sort of history, or has there been a
I think, no,
I don't know.
I think it's still 9, like 9 for 17 still like the best one.
Yeah.
But I sent him this message saying, nearly had that Elton 10 for, and he replied with, yeah. But somebody wouldn't have dropped one for him. Well, somebody did.
Yeah.
He was on. He got all 9. He got all 9, and then Liv Kay was on strike, and she snipped onto first slip, and they dropped. I think it was Pete dropped it.
Well, do you know what? Good.
At this point, I was just going, Deegs will be happy.
I think he did. I was run through and volleyed him. I carried on my run up straight towards him, got in his face. So volleyed him.
So and then when somebody when the lad got the wicket at the other end, it was just like we all went up in celebration that they didn't take the 10 for. So yeah, apologies for that all these years on.
Yeah,
To see you got all the grudge against me for it.
I'm just like, well, I'm sorry that's the way it came across. I
No, I
was
know.
really upset about it.
Yeah, no, it makes me laugh because it was one of them where it was like, as well, because you don't know that he's going to end up with 9 for. And it was just like, shit. As he got more wickets, I was just like, shit.
So, I think the most I've seen was Mohammed Abbas ran through Durham. And he got 14 in the game. He got 14 in the day basically. Bowled him out once and then bowled him out again. But that's the most I've seen. That was ridiculous. They just getting him on the shin on bowling him.
I've been involved in the 9 for that you bowled, and then I've been involved in the 9 for that where like we were batting. It was like, okay, right, if he gets 10, we might as well just all fucking retire.
Do you think that though? Because I don't think if someone gets 10, they've obviously bowled very well. So almost, I feel more aggrieved someone who picks up 4 for at the end of an innings when they're trying to whack it. And
Yeah, you can't fluke a 10 for 10.
No.
Well, actually, I'm saying that. I mean, that 9 for 17, like the combined age of those batsmen, like it might have been 60.
Yeah. But even then, like, you still got to get, like, you can't.
As you said, there was a lot of Slazenger V12s.
Now wrong with that being yourself.
What the hell was really
Like a lot of like the grey Nichols helmets coming out. And that.
Yeah. No, I don't know if you can feel aggrieved. Like, if someone gets 10 for fair play, you got 10. But it's like someone getting like 200, isn't it? That's what was all getting a 200 not out.
Well,
It's done something right to get 200 not out.
we're going on to somebody getting 200. So we used to have this. We were record breakers.
Oh yeah.
Me and Daniel. We played a game once where Bolton Association highest ever second team score. We scored 386 for 6. Right? This team had me in it, Deegs in it, Gowers.
Yeah.
I don't think Paul Allo was playing at that point, was he? I think he came season after.
I can't remember. I saw the photo recently.
Yeah, and then
I tell you who's playing, Jamie Barry.
yeah,
I totally forgot he existed.
Yeah, one of them people who was just like you just picked him because we're short. Stanny, who's obviously throws them, and Skipper's won the toss. Glorious day. Yeah, we'll have a bat. Their skipper's gone. I've got a very young side out. So, can we have a bat? No. And so 𝗗𝗲𝗲𝗲𝗴 and Stanley have put on a shed load to begin with. Pete's gone in at number 3. I've gone in at 4. I am run out by an absolute country mile. What do you do at this point when I'm run out?
Sprinted.
You got
sprinted on that wicket.
3/4 of the way on for the umpire to shout, "Not out!" And then I had to turn back round and walk off.
Yeah, I was just like, oh god, I think there was like maybe like 12 overs left as well. I was like, oh, it could be a score and not out.
Yeah, stat boosted.
So then I got 60 odd, I got 80 odd, Pete Lomax got 186, 𝗗𝗲𝗲𝗲's got 70 odd, Stanley got 60 odd. You were gutted, weren't you? You were sixth lowest score with 30 odd not out.
Yeah, 30 odd. In fact, no, I wasn't not out. I got out the last ball.
Oh yeah, you did, yeah. So we were 386, rolled them. Take this picture, we'll all celebrate the fact that we're record breakers, we're etched in immortality for Elton Cricket Club. Week after Edgeworth scored 399.
Against you?
No, against somebody else. Not one person got 100, literally. 8 batters got 50s.
We did that last year. I think it was last year for Cheshire. I think we got 350 against Toft against Shropshire, and that was like a record that stood for years. And then we broke it 3 times, and then the season we got like 360, 370, 380 in a row.
Yeah, and then so we were very proud, weren't we, of the fact of being these record breakers, etc. Because Elton, somebody scored 400 start of this season, first game of the season.
Well, that's when you got 200 and didn't get going first team.
Yeah, Johnny got 200 and then they didn't pick him in first team.
Good, tough school. That.
You're a big fan of that, aren't you?
When Phil Donnelly always reminds me that when we played in the cup final and he won man of the match and I dropped him the week after. But I didn't actually drop him. So he got drafted. So someone was missing from the first team, so they drafted him in. And then whoever it was, like it might have been Pete K or something, he rang up and went, "Oh, actually, I can play." So they put Casey back in, and I just didn't. And then we were playing, and then Phil turned up to watch the game. I was like, "Oh, sorry about that."
Yeah. Got 5 for the week before in a cup final in a nail biter.
Yeah, it's a tough school.
Yeah. I remember the conversation last year with Barker, because obviously Ryan, a good friend of mine, all winter he was having a conversation. I think we might struggle for that this year. We struggle for that. I was like, yeah, you've got to rely on the ones that are batters to do the work, blah blah blah. And then Johnny got 200 texting saying she's got another batter in your team, just put not selected. I was just like, wow. I was like, what? So it was just literally like, when I played in North, there was always a rule, especially when I was at Greenville, there was a rule that if you got 100 in the second team, you would get step up to the first team. 4th to the third, so if you got 100, and same with the 5. So once you get 200 and not getting a kick the week after. And I don't think the year before or last year he got 150 or something.
Yeah.
And then he played against us here, and he got 50 on. He batted really well.
Yeah. Always been a big fan of JB. He always
really well.
Plays.
He's a bit unorthodox, but he got.
I think he plays hockey or something like that. So his
technique
technique looks really weird.
He got really good.
Isn't that a big thing? Like certainly in South Africa, they encourage like batsmen to play hockey as well.
You can definitely see the ones who do play hockey before.
Didn't Ben duck it?
Yeah,
I think Butler did.
I think it was like
Manson.
Davey Village plays hockey for South Africa or something like that, or like on like youth level.
Yeah, he was like youth international in like 4 or 5 different sports.
Swimming, hockey, rugby, cricket, and that.
And annoyingly, he's actually quite humble about it as well. It's like, oh, come on,
just be a dick somewhere.
Just throw your caps down on the table. Just don't.
I've been so nice about it.
So we're no longer record breakers, neither. So you nearly had a 10th, and you used to be a record breaker for all them years.
I'm a nearly man. That's what we've established in my youth.
Yeah, and then we had some very fun times before you became a comedian when you were playing cricket.
I like cricket's the best game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
like I suppose that's it. I can't stand football.
No, but you're not bad at that neither, though. You played them games for me. You played them games for me even when you were injured and like still scored an absolute bag load.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot. I could always score a goal, but I didn't like it. Like I always think football's like it's like a bit of a coward's game.
Go on.
No, like so in cricket, there's no place to hide. At some point, you've got to you're going to be batting or bowling. But I've played football, and you can see blokes that like like they follow their marker around.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can't pass to me, you can't pass. Like, it's a proper shirkers game.
I can see that.
There's a few of them on Saturday for City.
Yeah, it's controversial. I think you're right. I do think, like you say, cricket, like wherever you are on the field, and go down to fine leg, you still be as hard at fine leg if someone keeps one down leg side as it is stood at mid off at times, and it's still, you know, like you say, batting like definitely, especially when someone's bowling quite sharp and is somewhere around here, you can't go wide from it, can you? You can't end up on. We can end up at square leg, but they're only going to do it more, aren't they?
Yeah, just going to follow you.
Yeah, exactly.
Ball always used to fucking follow me. To be fair, I think we played remember the little Elton Cup final on Elton?
Yeah.
So I think I might have told you this story, I don't know if I've said it on the pod, but they used to have an opening bowler for Little Elton who's called Z. Now, Little Elton used to love taking the piss out of me because I was obviously tall, fat, ginger, looked like Eugene out of the first series of Big Brother. And that was what they nicknamed me for.
Lenny out of Mice and Men.
Yeah, right. And
Everyone's done English in school.
yeah. and we've gone to and we've played them in the league. They'd give me a load. I've smoked 50 on there, so they've stopped giving me shit. So we've played them in this cup game, and this opening bowler Z's rocked up. I've ended up behind the bar getting myself like a Lucasade. And he's asked for a pint and a fucking whiskey chaser. Bear in mind, he's about to open the bowling. Nailed this pint, nailed the whiskey chaser, goes into the change rooms, game starts. I'm batting 6, he's batting 7. Z just bowled everything pitched up to me. He walked out to bat.
I got one in the ribs, didn't I?
He got one under chin, fucking absolutely peppered him. He's playing ball down us. The fuck's he pitching up to you for? Fucking peppering me. Thinks he thinks I can play the short ball and can't play the front foot. You just stay down that end, son.
You found out that I couldn't play.
Yeah.
Went out quite quickly.
But they had a player playing first team that day called Mark Penny. Played at Flixton.
Yeah, I think I would,
Yeah, and he class were
Massive.
He was like brilliant. Like if he bowled a ball at you, because he bowled a heavy ball at first, if it hit you, you automatically bruised like badly. So we're sat in changing rooms, we're just about to go and do the warm up.
Like Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? She's got like shoulders at different postcodes and stuff like that. It's proper.
Like hit the ball miles.
Yeah.
And they've all turned up, and out the back of this transit van, Penny pulls out his kit bag. We're all sat in changing rooms. He must be fucking starved. He must be starved. He must be. Comes walking past changing rooms, gives us all a little wave, alright lads. He's going in changing rooms. Kit bag, he's fucking playing. And obviously he'd been to Elton, home change room, away change room, then row of seats there. Puts the kit bag down outside there, just opens it, fucking shitload of booze. We just went, oh, look at that.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
We won the game, and he came in our dressing room to say congratulations at the end. I was sat next to your brother again, and just turned around to Dave and went, didn't you say you'd knock him out?
yeah, that was it. It was like, yeah.
I just went white.
Dave's see-through. Dave was about 15, 16.
Did you say you were going to knock him out if he came in here?
It's like the match-winning catch at Cal. It was just like, yeah, okay, there you go, yeah. You said you were knocking out, you big fucker.
Stitching people.
Was it? Well then, what was the one when we went there when Ricky Hatton were fighting?
Yeah, it was the day that Ricky Hatton fought Costa Zoo.
Yeah.
And they'd organised like coaches from the ground, so they'd all bought tickets for the final. So they'd all come down to watch the cricket and drink during the day. Like, obviously there's about 1,500 people on for this second team game. Like I've never played in front of that many people in my life, and they're all steaming.
Yeah.
Like we got a wicket early on, and Steve Wilkins came up and was like someone's just offered me gear down there.
I fielded it down fine, like, and it was like, this is the most surreal thing ever, because I was getting very high down at fine leg. But then, obviously, the game's going on.
It was proper intense.
It was
like cold.
It was like one of them football atmospheres. You know when we talk about like making the change rooms.
It was like playing in an old firm. It was proper mad, wasn't it? And then at the end of the game, did they win?
They won the game.
They won the game. He's hit a boundary. It's gone down to some guy. He's picked up the ball He's just come steaming onto the pitch. He's thrown it at the umpire, like it's bounced off the umpire's knee, and then he's got his knob out and just knocked both Bales off, and then ran down with like 800 of these idiots from Little Hull and going, yes!
Honestly, one of the most surreal things I've ever seen, and it was just like, what is this? And then you there the year that we turned up and there was a burnt car on the ground, on the outfield.
No,
on the square.
I heard about that.
Rocked up and somebody's torched a car the night before.
On the ground.
On the square, right? On the wicket we're supposed to be on, right?
I've turned up and the score box has been burnt down. Like the score hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burnt car. We'll move that in 20 minutes. Be fine. Game on. It took them 45.
Well, they got it moving.
They got it moving.
I've never seen. Do you know what? I think I played at Little Hull once, and that was when I was like a junior at Elton. So we played there once, but apart from that, I've never had the pleasure of stepping.
You know what? When you have
A
the
mad little place.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
yeah, when you have
I
the
can imagine it's a game where you go and there's a bit of like character, there's a bit going on, there's a bit of something, to get you going.
The relationship between us all sort of grew with them, didn't they? When there was an 18th on at the club, and
Who was it did they play? So it wasn't out there, but they played someone else in the league, and they felt like they'd been screwed, so they all just shit in the dressing room. Is it like Clifton or something like that?
yeah.
I've never seen that, but I remember here one winter, one of the lads, I think they put like DP in his box. He was out batting, fell it. Anyway, he decided that the certain lad who was, the literally last game, the certain lad was going to leave his bag here for the winter. So before they finished, he'd come in the bar and he killed him out of his helmet and left it, zipped it back up. When he opened his bag at the start of April, so just a turd in his helmet.
It's now just like
yeah. Like, that was it. That was my first year. That was the same year, like I say, when I turned up. That was my
Yeah,
first
when
year.
you run out with your pants on.
Turned up from football late. Like, come quick, get your pants on. You're buying. Got my pants on. Walked out to field.
I was
It's
telling.
one of the funniest years I've ever played that.
I was telling the story when he was the other week when he was skipper, and obviously I was working at KFC, weren't I? And and playing Edgeworth in the cup. Just walked up to me and went, however much chicken I get will determine how high up the order you go. So no pressure, Skip. No pressure.
I'll be honest, it gave me that look. Like I was like, oh shit, there isn't anything higher than him.
Yeah. And I still think I ended up late, and he just went, "Oh, go 6, go 6." There was there was that one. Little one was always a fun one. Was it Cross Cup final trophy? Warcraft Dip?
No, what was the other cup? Was it called the Isherwood?
Yeah.
That was when I was captain.
Yeah.
So we won the cup and the cup just disappeared. And I my phone's going at like 7, but this is like 2004, so mobile phones are a lot older, so there's no like, hey, this person's calling you. So you're like, well, I answered it, and it was someone from the club, and immediately, to be wrong at that time in the morning, you're going, right, someone's dead. And they were like, no, the cup's gone missing. And then I started getting these text messages through, going like, have you seen this video that's going around? And then I got sent it, and the cup's in like 3 different pieces. And then there's an audio recording of one of the lads walking down Lower Croft Cape going, this is what I think of the cup, and then you can just hear this clang, clang, clang.
It was wonderful.
And then we won the cup the next year, and when it got handed to you, you were like, oh, this is heavy.
Yeah.
Then when you picked it up, it was like full of cement at the bottom, where these silversmiths had to like make a cast, but they couldn't get the bottom bit out.
One of the funniest things ever. Literally, them trophies.
I remember won the cup at Hyde, and I won't mention the name, but a certain player decided, so Hyde's on top, we played at Hyde, top of the hill.
Yeah.
Top of the hill, and where we were staying, one of the lads has, he lived at the bottom of the hill, and a certain player decided that he was just going to roll down the hill, but with the cup in his hands, so he was going to make himself full length and roll down the hill from top to bottom. So we got the cup, didn't we? Obviously, got to bed, woke up the next morning, those did scratches, one of the fucking handles was bent, because he just kept bouncing off the tarmac all the way down there. It was incredible.
We went to the league dinner the year we won the cup. The year after, obviously you take the cup back to them and present it to you. And we had a skinful, and I could just hear like, it was like the Walsh and Clifton lot were behind us just going, how much was the bill to have it fixed? Fucking charge up.
Didn't Dovey break it this year as soon as he got handed it? Or someone broke it this year, the cup for the M2 cup. Someone lifted it up and the bottom just fell off.
Yeah.
Or the top, I can't remember how it was. The top or the bottom just fell. Do you know them cups where they put the platform on the bottom and they put it on top?
Yeah.
You go to lift it up and the bottom just stays where it is.
Well, it's kind of like, if you're going to do it now when these cups aren't that old. Like that one that went down Lower Croft Dip was like 120 odd years old.
It was like big old.
22 years old cup or something like that.
Just thrown it down Lower Croft Dip.
Thrown it, bounced it, kicked it back up and back down. There was
Then sent everyone a video of it. It was like,
What?
that person may have played here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like to sit in a corner with pads on and a helmet.
Oh, well, that's the same person.
yeah, that was a good guess.
That's the same person who had his helmet pooed in.
Yeah.
Same person. Yeah. Great. Fun. He's the one who hid the porn magazine on my cricket bag as well, and then didn't tell me what. I got hold of my mum and found it at the bottom of my bag. She thought they were mine.
He's a good lad.
Yeah.
He's a good lad. Yeah.
The same like when it was his first jobs, they're like, so we'd been working at this place for a while, and they got him to do, he was supposed to do a delivery to like Watford, and just before he went to the toilet, and it was when sat-navs had just become a thing, and one of the other lads went in and changed it to Penzance. He drove all the way to Penzance.
That's incredible. Well, that same person as well. I remember used to coach our under-15s team here, and this one particular day we were playing at Cheap Mill, and I was happened to get out. He gave me a lift, and he gave one of the lads a lift, and instead the sub sort of was like, right, if I've got 500, they're going to get back to the club. He went and bought a little Subway for tea after the game. So I couldn't have saw it. Just went and bought a Subway. Bought a Subway. He used to, another one, I don't know if you've seen him do this, but he's the same person. Driving to cricket games, used to get to 100 mile an hour, and he had a bat on the back seat. When he got to 100 mile an hour, he'd pull it out and wave it. That's that same person.
I'd never seen him do that. Or did you come to the Bristol when we went to Bristol that time and it smashed it down pre-season friendly?
I did a couple of the trips to Bristol.
So I think it might have been. I think Dexter might have been on it because I remember us having a night out in Bristol and I wasn't old enough to go out, but got in everywhere, etc. But
so
one,
you're like 14, 6'5".
Yeah. But one of the players. Yeah, that's just sticking.
Yeah. Dorman thought it was with them. Just like handing him one of those tags to put on.
But one of the players was driving down. I can't remember who I was in with, but he came flying past, and he did similar. He got past 100, stuck his hand out, right? But he was like, "What did you get it up to?" And it was a Citroen Saxo he was driving, 132 miles an hour.
He'd either right, one hand and with his back, or he used to say both hands start clapping. Sit down the motor, and now he's got no hands on the steer. He's clapping, going, looking around.
I got pulled for spin. I borrowed my dad's car, so I'd gone from like a 1 litre Nissan Micra, which we'll get on to talk about later, to a 2.2 litre turbo diesel Volvo. And I've gone to do this gig in Kidderminster for this guy, and this guy used to be like Queen's Counsel barrister. He's called Zach Turner. So I drove down to do the gig. I'm driving back, I'm chatting to the lad I'm with. Feel the blue lights behind me. I look down. I'm doing 140. And he's gone like, "Oh, that's it, mate. License gone. You've got to like pull over like a long way down the road. Like, it took a while to slow down." He goes and makes me sit in the back of this police car, and he's got a video screen, and like he's driving along, and then I just scream past him, and I'm like, "Oh God." So this copper gets out of the car and he goes back to speak to the lad I'm with, and Zach rings me, and he was talking to me on the phone. He goes, "Oh, I just wanted to say thanks for coming down and doing that for me tonight. That was brilliant. Everyone had a really good night." And I'm like, "Oh, cheers, Zach." And he went, is everything all right? And I just went, "Oh, I've been pulled over by the police." And he just went straight into solicitor mode. He went, "Right, tell me everything, leave nothing out." So I told him the whole thing, and he went, "Right, you're in the back of the car now." I was like, yeah. He went, "Try and get out." So I tried to get out, and I was like, oh, the child locks are on. And he was like, right, this is important. Has he read you your rights?
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And he was like, right, you've been kidnapped, and we are pressing charges. And I'm like, and he was like, and I want to say that when he gets back in. And I'm like, Zach, I don't think I've got the balls for this, mate. I think I'll give him my license. And Zach was like, right, when he gets in, you hand the phone over. So this cop got in, and I just like, in my hand shaking, just like,
just answer that.
Yeah, I was like, can you just speak to him? And I spoke to him. Anyway, this cop just hung up, and he just like, he didn't blink or anything. He was just like, I never want to see you again.
Yeah.
And I just like, he was like, can you let me out the car? So he had to like come out and let me out.
I not quite as bad as that, but I was on Sorry Road. I just got back from Australia the second time. It was about 12 o'clock at night. I had jet lag. Mum and Dad were out with friends, so I was in a little Corsa. So I was driving down, picked up from the land on Sorry Road. I was driving down, and driving down the road, and I just feel, like I say, you hear, saw him in the mouth, so I pulled in and he just pulled him behind. So I got out, so just come and sit in the back of the car, pal. So sit in the back of the car. Goes, who are you with? So my mum and dad. He looked at me and went, Mum and dad? I went, yeah, mum and dad are in the car with a friend, and just picked him up. And then I had a cost sweep, like by chest on the flight, oh, you got a cost sweep, you've been driving. He like grilled me for about 20 minutes in the back of this car, and I had an answer for everything. And I started to feel like I was a fucking smart ass, I had an answer for everything. Anyway, I sat in the car and he's checking over the radio, he's checking my license number and that, and insurance and everything. And next thing he just comes over and goes, something along the lines of, has anyone in the Bury area, there's a body been found in a house, it's been there 2 weeks. He looked at me and went, get out the fucking car. Get out! And before I could even shut the door, he fucked up down the road, honestly. I sat there like, and I got back in the car and I went, what did he say? I went, he didn't really say much. What do you mean? I went, he just wanted to get out of the fucking car and drove off. The only other time I've been pulled over by the police was Alan Wainwright.
Oh, we were talking about him the other day. Well, I forgot he was a copper.
Yeah. It was by Whitefield Metrolink station. And I was coming through and I saw him on the other side. I was like, oh, that's Alan. He was like in his police car. And as he's coming past, I just like wound the window and went, Alan, fuck the tibble. And I carried on and he just like spun round. Like the blue lights come on and I pulled over and he went, you just ran a red light, you idiot. Oh, sorry, I was too busy. Too busy giving you shit. Screw the popo. He was a funny man.
Alan?
Oh, yeah.
Discussing, he did some funny stuff. I remember we were playing Denton West here, my first proper year with my dad, and they got like 280. No, sorry, we batted first, didn't get many. We didn't get many. Duckworth first came in and they were pissing it. But it was raining, our conservatives too wet. I was like, listen, we're going to go out, we're going to give it a go. You know, if everyone starts slipping, we're going to have to come off. Both teams agreed to it. The dad went to it. First chance you get to slip. Literally, first ball, someone hits run out to long and it's dribbling to him. And he just runs round the boundary and just like in Clinton.
We've seen him do that.
So it runs around, there's a full-on dive, so it's like makes it like rolls, and I get the umpire just go, coming off.
Did you play?
Game abandoned, it was honestly it was brilliant.
Did you play in the Elton CC Cross Cup final at Clifton?
No.
Right. Elton CC Cross Cup final got abandoned after an over, and then they had to come back the week after. Obviously, the Elton CC rivalry in the association was quite good. Right. Said person is 12th man.
Yeah.
He got absolutely smashed as 12ers. Yeah. Then had to go on, took a screamer at like deep extra, right, running around diving, caught it. Went back off so that the bowler could come back on. Went and sat himself down out front of the Clifton change rooms, at the change rooms there, with a ghetto blaster, right? And as Brett was walking off, because Brett had got out to argue one of the worst LBs like ever seen. Yeah. Bushy near enough hit him in the chest, stood up, and he was giving out LB. He walked off, and I can't remember what he proceeded to play, but he was just like, "Fucked another one, Brett."
Didn't he sneak on their team photo? Yeah, because Goddard played for us, and he had the old Walshy jackets, and he brought one with him. So he just like snuck it on while they're all lining up for a team photo. You know that guy who snuck on the United photo?
The best part about this is everyone who knows who we're talking about will know exactly who it is, but people who don't.
Yeah, it's just a cricketing legend.
Yeah,
didn't score any runs, didn't get any wickets, but made us all laugh.
Yeah, he did some funny stuff. I remember he did an end of season awards night here, pre-presentation. He was on presentation night, but he did it here. He bought everyone over the year. He like worked out in his head what he was buying everyone over like stories that had happened over the year. And he honestly, he was amazing. he bought me a full-size sex doll, 13-year-old, and my mum was like, what the fuck is this? It was one of the funniest things. Kept going, I know what you're not getting enough of, H.
Cheers to that,
yeah. Cheers.
Got to be careful because when you get that,
Yeah.
and then your mum goes, "What's that?" You can't know too much.
No.
You go,
I don't know what is it?
This is not. I thought this was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Disney Plus channel.
Did you play in the game when our wicketkeeper walked off midway through the game?
No, I heard about it though.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was playing in the first team.
Yeah.
And they came in and went, "Oh, apparently your wicketkeeper just walked off."
So we played. So back when the association used to have like, you'd play a lot of double enders, right? Playing on a Sunday, I think it was against Standish, and at the time they were second and they won the league the year before, and I think it was either we were top or they were top. It was first v second, and we're batting first, and with about 10 overs to go. I can't remember who was captain. It might have been Colin. Yeah, got up the order, moves the keeper down one. So I go up the order, wicket falls, he comes walking out, does not say a word to me as he's walking past. He's just like hyper fixated on the fact he's been moved down the order, right? And he just walks straight to being on strike, doesn't say a word, doesn't ask me what he's doing, everything. His eyes are just massive. Takes his guard, snips off first ball, right? Walks straight past me, still doesn't say a word. Goes into change rooms, takes his gear off, just see him pacing doing a lap, and the far corner at Elton, he sits down over there. So I think someone went, "Fuck's up with him?" He can drop down the order. Well, who went up in front of him? More than me. Well, you might well fucking stay out here for a little bit then, because I don't think he's too happy with you. So obviously, I'm about 20 odd. I can walk back into change rooms. He doesn't speak to anybody over tea. Colin tries to put an arm around him, so look, I did it for this reason, etc. He goes out to keep, doesn't say a word. Takes a call behind, we all run through to celebrate. I go to high-five him, he high-fives me, then just chucks his gloves down on the floor and just fucks off and walks off, never to be seen again.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a hero.
Yeah. Someone snipped off to him, just walked off, never came back, didn't see him again.
You know those films, which film is it that ends with that guy just taking his clothes off and walking into the sea, and he's just going to like drown himself?
Yeah. It was one like, literally just like, have we just seen this happen? Then field with 10 men having to get Steel Omax to keep for the rest of the game. Won the game. What's going on here?
Yeah, I've never seen anyone. Oh, I've seen someone walk off the field.
I've seen your dad.
I've seen someone run off the field because he shit their pants. And the best part about it is we obviously the square runs sort of vertical to where we are now, and he stood at point, and literally everyone across the front of the club here saw his pants were wide, and then this just saw his brown stains working his way down his back, down his right leg. So then you can hear everyone going around like shit himself, and then he makes it from like the changing rooms to the end of the clubhouse here in about 40 seconds. So everyone's like chuckling, you can see him like trying to move around behind it anyway. Decides that it's not good enough. He runs off, takes his duds off, tries to hide them, rather than bin them, hides them behind the old sink in the changing rooms, leaves them there. That same week, one of our amazing volunteers is fixing one of the light bulbs, and it was in the middle of summer, it was warm in there, and he was sweating, he had something in his face, or I think some of the ceiling had come down, he had something on his head. So he saw what he thought was a rag, picked it up to wipe his foot, didn't know, comes out of the changing rooms about 20 minutes later, and he's got shit across his foot.
You've told me that, and I've still not broached that. I've still not broached that with him yet.
Honestly, it was brilliant. Honestly, I've never seen anything. I've seen that's quite funny. You're out of everyone.
See, that's when I was talking about like cricket versus football before. Like that's, if you play cricket, you spend the summer living in the pockets of like the people. Like football, you play the game and then you all go your separate ways, and you don't spend enough time to like get on each other's nerves or do anything. Like, do you know what I mean? And then there's always someone in a team that can't fucking sit still.
Yeah.
And they've got to be doing. Yeah, it's much better.
Cricket, from what time do we start now? We start at
12.
Not 12 time. Well, 12 or whatever it's 12. So we're usually here an hour and a half before. So say 11, 11, and then what time we end up having bit? So 10 o'clock. So what we've done nearly 12 hours, 11 hours, and that could be Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Train twice in the week, or if not, you've got a T20 on one of the nights. You do spend that. It's a long time together. That's why at the end of the season, I'm like, right, I'm not going anywhere near that place for 6 weeks.
Yeah, you're having 6 weeks off until we start to play football.
But you are right. It's a long, and I felt it a lot worse. You know, especially when you're playing like longer formats, like 4 days together. You know, like first jump over cricket 4 days, and especially like me, if you were useless at it and you got out early on the first morning and you were team batted until lunch on day 2. Sat there and I'm that person who can't sit still. So I'm always doing something like, so only so many times you can do something in the gym, or you can try and do something. I remember one time, me and the opener were out, and we were brawling on the floor. On the changing rooms, and the coach walked in and was like, "What are you two doing?" We were all like 18, 19. What are you doing? We were like, bored, we got nothing to do, and he's like, just to be fucking out there, that was why.
Tough school.
So I remember, like, we used to sit there and just be like, I remember I attempted to read one game, I lasted 5 minutes.
What are you reading?
A book, trying to read a book. Trying to sit there, I was out, and I was
Dr.
like,
Seuss or something like that.
Where's Wally? trying to do something productive. Sat there and it lasted 5 minutes, and it was like, right, I'm bored here again, what I should do. You got some coffee. How long was making a coffee take for like 3 or 4? 5 minutes? I've done that. It's only 10 minutes gone, and still got another day. Still got another day to last. I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that. Because what in the county championship, was it like 80 overs a day?
96.
96? Yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
96. It's worse when you get out twice in one day as well.
Yeah, I've done that as well.
Yeah, I've done that.
I wondered about that, because was it the first Ashes test in Perth, where like there was a realistic possibility of Zach Crawley getting a pair in a day? Yeah. And I was like, oh, is that ever, like, this is history, mate. Like, I think I stayed up till like 5 in the morning. So I thought, this might be history.
It has happened. It happens, I think, a couple of times. It's tough. It's tough. You walk in, the worst part about it is to remind you as you're walking out to bat as well, like you would if it was me. Twice in a day, and then you nick one about 4 more saves.
The other season, I had 6 ducks in the season, and I had 4 in 4. Right. I think it was I'd had one the Saturday before, and then the Saturday after. First game back playing against Elton in years. Left one off Philps, like fucking hit middle stump. So that another duck. Day after we're playing a rearranged game against Springhead. Fucking 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀𝗶𝗀𝗴 walks in. Don't go for the fucking hat trick today. You get up today, you got the hat trick. I smoked one back and the lads took a one-hander on none. And I just went, look, I walked off. A week after I got a fucking duck. They were like, on 4. You're on the Olympic rings now. I was doing anything possible to get that one run.
Ran it, dropped it, and ran as fast as I could.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, that's the other thing is you spend so much time with each other, but when it rains, I feel like you spend almost more time with people because you're literally in the changing room watching it rain. There's not much else you can do. You play a bit of darts, maybe watch a bit of TV, play cards, but I think the rain days are even harder.
Yeah, and it's worse when it's an away game as well. Yeah. All those things you just talked about, invariably no one's brought them.
Yeah. So you sat there like, I suppose it's now probably a bit easier with phones and what you can do on phones but I find them so hard to deal with. People just
you don't like rain days in GMCL as it is.
No,
fucking hard work.
I don't like it because it's just half a goal and half. We don't lose overs for half an hour, but why? Man, why?
We're giving you a 30-minute grace period.
Yeah,
That's it.
but the thing is, I always say, well, you give 30-minute grace period, then you have 30 minutes for tea, so you lose, so you're an hour. So your game that might start at 12:30, essentially, like last year we played at Hayside, it didn't start till 4:30, it's like 35 overs aside at 4:30.
That's mad. I mean, I know like all cricket leagues have got mental rules.
Yeah.
Like there isn't like no league's ever like got it right and gone, oh, this is how we should play.
Half an hour.
Yeah, you used to. Yeah, you obviously. We spoke about this when Boogie were on.
Yeah.
Football Association, winning and losing draws. You know, were you a fan of it or?
No, it didn't make any sense.
Exactly.
The summer just gone. There's like the Comedy Store have these gigs in like Devon, and you kind of do like one on a Friday and one on a Saturday. It's like Exeter and then some little village. But in the day I had nothing to do, and I just looked out the window of the hotel and there's like a cricket ground. So I just went down, got a drink, and I'm watching the game. And I got chatting to this old guy, and he told me they play. And when he said it to me, I was like, "Oh my god, all cricket should be this. It's percentages cricket."
Okay.
So it's like, so just to keep the maths simple. So imagine your side bats first, and is all out for 100.
Yeah.
At that stage, you've got 20 points, and his side's got 0.
Yeah.
If he then comes out and knocks them off 8 down, he gets 10 points for winning.
Yeah.
You get 8 points for getting 80% of the wickets, and he just gets an extra 2 points.
Yeah.
And every kind of wicket or 10% of runs, you're constantly fighting for something, no matter what. You're rewarded for winning games easy, or putting up a fight.
Well, because like I said, so last year when they brought the Play Cricket app in or whatever it is, they didn't do bonus points, so they kept it. They couldn't do bonus points because they didn't have enough time to input them into the system. So they had the extra half an hour. And then last they were like, yeah, don't worry, now we won't have an extra half an hour because we can now get the bonus point. I don't know what correlation that has, bonus points, extra half an hour, but alright, whatever. In the first game of the season, it rained. Oh, extra half an hour's coming to play. I was like, hang on a minute, I thought it was gone. Now we decided to keep it. Fuck's sake.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
It's like looking at we used to be on an app called 𝗗𝗃𝗀𝗃 that so obviously we've known played cricket for many years, but this app, 𝗗𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 was class. It was like a New Zealand, I think it was New Zealand. I think Daz McCullum had a bit.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was
basically created it and it was class. But then they were focusing more on New Zealand, Australia, for the 2024 season. So they went. So we're moving everybody to play cricket 3-4 weeks before the start of the season. Yeah, we can't give a bonus point. We can't do this. Can't do that. It's just and then if it goes down for everybody. So nobody knows what the fuck's going on.
So last game of the season here. So there was us, Brox, Walsher and Monson. So Monson were at Elton. It was where the league was decided within about a mile of each other. Brox were at home, we were at home, and Monson were at Elton and Walsher were at home.
To stand.
So sat there, it's raining. We started on time, then we were off, then we were on. Just playing Saddleworth. They were like, we've just got to try and bowl them out for 120, something like that. Something like that. Anyway, we're getting word through that it's when United, when Aguero scored that last minute winner, and United fans are all stood on pitch and Ferguson's walking around, what's going on? All fans are celebrating because they think they won the league. We're out here and at lunch, and I get a message through off someone from Brox, game will get called off, it's not fit. So at lunch, I'm at tea, I'm like, do I tell the lads here, or do I keep this to myself? Because if I tell them, we've got to win to win the league, the pressure's on. If I just say, I think we're playing at Brox, they know we've just got to win and the pressure's off because Brox are top, or Monton, they should in the league. Monton were off at Elton all the time, they were losing overs and it was looking like Elton were going to beat them. So I'm like, nah. Anyway, so then so Dubby's dad, Captain's dad's like, I'll look to Brox and see what's going on. So Dubby's dad drives up to Brox. He starts throwing 𝗗𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗃 around Chris to all different grounds.
I thought I was getting a bollocking for something. So we've been at Worsley, our game's been called off. Gets back here, we're watching, and and 𝗗𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃 says to me, "Can I have a word?" You got your car? Yeah, I don't drink. You know, yeah, of course I've got my car. Fancy just give me a lift somewhere. Where? At 𝗘𝗍𝗶𝘀𝗍. Why? Well, I just want to see if they're playing. Because the app's down, so it's not showing anybody.
This caused everyone driving around trying to find out what was going on. Then, so we get the news through the starts like, no cricket here, everyone's going on. So like, right, that's one. And then it was 𝗘𝗀𝗶𝘀𝗶𝗃 who were top, we were second, one were third. So like, we've just got to get a point, we've just got to get more points, we've just got to win. And we beat Monton because we knew Monton had a chance of playing Helen. Next thing we're playing, and I've not told any of the lads at this point. Next thing we're playing, we're about 30 for 1. And Broxlad turned.
Yes. Oh, Broxlad.
All the tracksuits stood on car park watching. I'm like, so then obviously the words filtering out. Brox are off. I know because I've already been told. I mean, nobody know, but we've not told anyone. So we're like, okay, right. So Dewey's like,
It's starting to sound like an episode of The Traitors.
Yeah.
Honestly, you've been withholding information. Why has he not said?
Yeah. Honestly, I was like, and that was all due to the fact that cricket was down and no one could see what was going on. But we personally think Broxton turned theirs on so nobody couldn't find out.
Yeah.
And we thought they were trying to be clever, sending out messages we were off when we were and stuff like that.
I just think that wasn't even the real team.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
We just went in a Wetherspoons handing out green jackets.
So you put there for 5 minutes, show your face and walk off.
Don't get too close.
Yeah. Don't make a lot of you interested.
And there's been like quite a few like TikToks and Instagram posts recently from people saying about like how they've been having to like pay the scorer to not put the play cricket score on because the wives have all worked out how to use it.
Yeah, that is the only problem now.
Yeah, you can't go on and go, oh, the game went right to the wire.
Yeah.
Like, you were done by 4.
Yeah.
I always remember being like, is your mum, like, when I was watching my dad, is your mum with you? No, why? She does. Tell her we're still waiting. It's 6:30. Still waiting. Dad, it's 7:30. Just tell her we're nearly finished. Dad, it's pissing down. Just say it's not raining, Aslan. Just now, you can't now. Yeah. Beth will text me now and go, what's happening there? I'll be like, and I realise that I can't not tell her exactly what's happening because she'll just find out. Yeah, we're off for rain. It says here, you're back on. Oh, no, that's not. Nah, yeah, we are back on. I'm out as well, that's why I'm texting you.
We didn't have that issues back in the day, did we?
No, you had to wait till like the following Thursday for the Bolton Evening News to come out. That was how you found all the results.
Well, like I said, CFAX.
Of course, yeah. It was like 105 pages of local cricket scores.
Never heard
going, what nerd? It's like going through all it, and then you like look to your right, and he was fleeting.
Come on, school.
No, it wasn't me.
My name's on CFAX.
I was making it up now. I was claiming it was that Canberra from that's at Darcy. Please me.
I always think this, I think people see cricket sometimes as like a boring sport because it can be boring to watch and you've got to try and you've got to target the right audience. But if you actually play cricket and you spend the amount of time you do with your mates, like a lot of friends that you play with them now, some of the stuff that goes on, you can't explain it. You have to be there to see it. And like you say, I go sometimes back to my normal mates who don't play cricket, and not normal because see what I mean? Normal. I go back to my mates who
I go back to those lads that well adjusted in society.
I go back
those lads I see during the winter.
Yeah, I go back and be like, oh yeah, this happened, and they're like, what? You look all right, and you're like, that's funny though. Like one of my first fines meetings at Leicester was happened to be like we were out for some reason. We took the head coach's trainers and we started burning them on the pitch, and then we put a football on it, and then one of the lads had rocked up in some brand new all white Nike 𝗘𝗍𝗶𝘀𝗍 shoes, and we kicked him the ball and he went to boot it and he just had a massive 𝗘𝗍𝗶𝗶𝗴 football imprint on his foot. And then like 5 minutes later, one of the lads is hanging off the balcony, which a couple of lads thought was beer. Lads, do you want some beer? Like, go on, get under it, have a drink of it. Piss. Do you know what I mean? Like, in what other walk of, like, maybe you might see in rugby or maybe football, but so, these, like you say, you spend so much time together that I think you have to try and like each other as much as possible, because if you don't, it becomes draining.
We had our fines thing that we that we did at Elton, the soldiers thing.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah. So, yeah, toy soldier.
Yeah, I think I played this game.
Right.
Stag do.
Right. Well, we did it for a full season. Right. You can only get done twice in a day, weren't it? You can't get done at training. You can't get done during a game. But once you've showered and got into the bar, it's fair game again to Ash it, right?
You couldn't attach it to anything. Had to be loose.
Okay.
Right. And if you lost it, it was a £5 and you had to buy a new one.
Yeah.
So building up this pot all the way through the season. And the end of season do that year.
Well, you just had to have it on you.
You had to,
You had to have it on you.
Yeah,
At all times. At all times.
Yeah. Go into the toilet, you had to have that with you, etc.
It's not there anymore, but I worked at a petrol station, like behind the till.
Yeah.
And like every day, I had like 2 or 3 coming in, and you'd like serve them, and then suddenly this soldier, have you got? Yeah. And it was like, and it was always like I'd go in through the back door and I'd put the Texaco jacket on, and I'd always leave it in there. And it was like just had to like have a stack of pound coins.
Yeah. It's not. I played a similar game, so I went. That's another cricket stag do. One of the lads from Hyde, Captain Hyde, Danny Deegan at the time, went to Liverpool on a stag do. We got given a army figure, and when someone shouted attention, you had to imitate your army figure. So in the middle of the beer cellar in Leicester, the sports bar upstairs, and someone shouted attention, and there was people like lay down across pool tables, tending to be like on the floor, crouched down, and I was like. And then the next one was shark attack. So if you played someone shouted shark attack, you had to get your feet off the floor as quick as possible. The last one had to nick a pint or do a shot or whatever. We were walking down the main road in one of the main streets in Liverpool. I couldn't tell you what street it was, but there was like a building side, shark attack. So there was like people jumping on benches, some got jumped on the cage, like on the barrier, and just pulled it with him. It's just a ripple effect like down the road. About 8 metal fences and he was just stuck under this thing.
Well, we did the
cricket one. I don't know if you see it anywhere else.
We did the soldier thing, didn't we? And we got to the end of the season. The fancy dress for that, like the end of season fancy dress was turned up in army gear.
I had a Russian tank hat. Slid down the side.
And but when we look back on the photos, and I found the photos the other day, it was September the 11th.
Oh God, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, we didn't read until the end. It was. So what? It was September the 11th, 2004.
So not
so it was only like a couple of years after. We're all like there with like, yeah.
One lad turned up dressed as the Gestapo.
Oh yeah, full Gestapo. Yeah, like.
And obviously, I'm like
proper Prince Harry did.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, there was that one. We did that one. I'm sure we did a couple of others as well that were funny.
The year after, we tried it with marbles.
Yeah.
We had to, because it turns out that's a lot harder to keep.
Yeah.
It's just like, I think we'd raised like what we raised the entire previous season we'd done in the first 3 weeks. Do you know what? We should stop now.
Yeah. So our fines this year have been like chaos. So basically, it's a max fiver, but Dasher always pays a tenner because it's Dasher. He always has to pay a tenner. He doesn't squabble or argue, he just pays it. But like our fines go from like basically, if you do something really bad, you get less fine now. So the first game of the year, I did well. I got some runs, won the game, and I got fined a fiver, and I didn't get like any credit for getting 160. And I was getting 300. No. I jibbed 200, jibbed 250 apparently. So I got fined £2.
Also, the lack of humility as well. I got 160. Exactly, yeah. Well, get your money out.
Yeah, you got self-promotion as a veteran.
It was like when Dasher was pro at Elton, and they'd all sit around and do fines, and he just used to stand there and just go, "I'm not getting involved in this. Yeah. There's my money straight off."
I know.
Don't want to get into an argument.
Yeah.
At Leicester, one of the lads got that bad. He had to set up direct debit because he got so bad at paying. He had to set a standing order each month. Because his fines were just racking up. Like at one point, they did like 150 quid after about in a month, so it's self-standing order so they get it off him.
I get fined for this pod ahead of next season already. Wow. Because apparently I use the word obviously far too often in this pod. So every week, one of our viewers sends me a message with the exact time and exact moment in the pod where I've used it.
And you can't get away with it.
You can't get away with it.
Unless you're like a 15-year-old girl or something like that, and your only two words are obviously and literally.
Yeah, or like.
Yeah.
And it's.
Should we just pause this? Can we find him back for being that sad, Sam Collins, that he has to do that? But he's got the time to do that.
He's a loyal, avid viewer of the pod. You know, and
he's the loyal avid viewer.
The only.
The one.
He said to me on Saturday when we were in here watching United City, and what was talking? He went 1 minute 37 seconds in yesterday. That you said obviously. And I'm going to keep on it. Keeping a tally before the start of the season. You might as well just get a t-shirt that says obviously just written across.
It's alright because I'm coaching in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to get the side out. I'm going to try and spend the head a few times.
Well, we'll edit that bit out.
No, I'm coming from it. I'm coming for you, Sam Collins.
Well, also, people who watch these things are weird anyway. Like there's something odd about like wanting to. I'm not into the whole like podcast thing. Like, I'm here because you asked me. Like,
you've only ever done a couple, haven't you?
I get like emails about them all the time, and most of the time I'm just like, I don't want to do it because I think they're weird. I remember like podcasts were originally they were like an audio thing.
Yeah.
Now some of them look like they're making like Avatar 4.
Yeah. To be fair, I've only really watched ours. I've never really watched any of the others. Like I listen to a lot. Like, I listen to Sticks Football or a couple of others, but I've only watched one of ours. I listen to them in the car.
Yeah, because
and they're great for like someone to listen to in the car. But people who sit down and watch them.
I struggle.
What's the matter with you?
I struggle with a lot of people. What did you watch last night? YouTube. How do you watch YouTube? I used to go on YouTube as a kid and watch funny videos or like bad injuries at football and be like, oh, that's not nice, is it?
Babies eating lemons. Oh, I love a baby eating a lemon.
But I've never. I found it's mad. Like kids now, like Beth's little brother, I was on YouTube last night. What were you doing? Just watching videos on how to play my console better. I know. Just play it and you will get better. Instead of having to watch how to get better. It's mad. It's mental.
Well, we have subscribers who watch us.
Yeah, thanks for subscribing.
Yeah,
we had some more, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Well, someone's actually subscribed.
Yeah, we've got a few. We've got a few subscribers on YouTube.
Absolute losers. Worthless losers wasting their lives.
Daniel's views do not reflect that of the pod.
Yeah.
We appreciate your
Thank you
support.
for subscribing.
Obviously, we've sidetracked a little bit. This has been quite fun, but ever had any run-ins with a international cricketer or an Ashes?
What, you want me to tell you about Flintoff signing my car?
There it is.
Flintoff signed my car. I don't really know what there isn't that much more to the story.
Well, have you still got the video of when he was signing it?
Probably somewhere, yeah. No, it's not something I'm sentimental about.
No, but
It was on his desktop at home.
It makes me laugh for the fact
To be
of.
fair, I wrote the car off about a month later.
This is the bit.
Actually, I didn't write it off. I cracked it was absolutely hammering it down, and I went through a bus stop by Heaton Park, went through it, and the bonnet was the only thing that needed replacing. It just disappeared, and I was like, alright, fair enough.
But it was the weirdest day ever because Elton were playing Bootle. Flintoff turned up to watch. He was near all us lot, and Dave Murray got him to sign a fucking Raja menu, and he's turned to us and gone, don't tell Duncan Fletcher I'm signing an Indian takeaway menu. Like all this is like 2004, so yeah, a year before that Ashes. And I can't remember how it got to that point of where you were just going, I'm going to get him to sign the bonnet in my car. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to And it just got to this point where there was a crowd round your bonnet, as he's got this pen, and he's going, is this actually your car? And he's out on the video, he's there going, yeah, I've got all the necessary documentation and paperwork.
Which he never asked to see.
Yeah, he never asked to see. And then just like that going, can you please sign my car?
I should have sold it after the Ashes, so you got some cash for it.
Oh, it was great, that car, I loved it.
What car was it?
It was a 1991 Nissan Micra.
White.
It only had 4 gears. And so the speedo only went up to 90. And if it got to 90 and then it was wedged in because you were going downhill and faster, it would just pop into neutral. That's holding in 4th gear. Oh, what a beast.
wrap the bonnet around something and end up Flintoff signature being elsewhere.
Yeah, it was a
Some mechanic's he's got this
like bent bonnet.
Got a bonnet up. Well, I know the signature, I'm going to keep that. It's on eBay in a couple of years.
So, what did you think of the Ashes?
It was awful.
Yeah. It wasn't that good.
I think it was awful because like England could have won it.
I think that's the frustration. That's what I said the other night to someone. I was like, the frustration is that we had so many opportunities to win it. Perth, 100 for 1.
Yeah.
Leading 100 for 1. Adelaide, Brisbane was the second. Was Brisbane or Adelaide? I think it was one of them. I think Adelaide was at the point where we had, a chance coming back on the third ball. We had to take a couple of quick wickets. We were batting again, only a few behind, get rolled, and they knock it off. We had so many opportunities to be on the front foot and win it, and it was almost like arrogance that got in the way, I felt.
Yeah, because like obviously it's on Instagram, you'd watch quite a bit of it, hadn't you? And then
I watched pretty much every ball.
Yeah.
It was frustrating because like I've never known a time. Like I know Stuart Broad got all that stuff for saying like this is the weakest Australia team. I think weakest was the wrong word. Yeah. It was the first time that 2 weeks before the Ashes, Australia were going, right, well, we don't know who's going to bat at 3. Yeah. We really need someone to step up in these Shield games because of opening bats. We're going to have to look at the bowlers because we need to find 2 from somewhere. Yeah. And you're going, right, this is an England team that's
almost felt like the sliding door moment in 2005 when McGrath had his ankle.
Yeah.
It was like one of them, like, this is our chance now. Cummins and Hazelwood are the 2 best. I know Stark had an amazing series, but 2 out of the 3 of the best bowlers in the world are injured. We've got the chance, and they're going to, Boland's not a bad backup, but he's not a Hazelwood or a Cummins. And you can bring a lad in on debut, like Doggy, who's saying another very good bowler, but we've got our chance here to make a winning start and put them on the back foot 2 days.
Look at it this way, they got beat 4-1, and every piece of luck went England's way.
Yeah.
Like Khawaja's back spasm, Steve Smith missed a test. Like obviously Cummins and Hazelwood injuries.
Play a test. Yeah, everything. Lyon got injured for the last 2 or last 1.
It ruined my prediction of getting a shitload of wickets.
Yeah. I actually know a couple of lads. I might say this on the podcast, but I know 2 lads who flew out for the 3rd day of the Perth test for a week. So they flew out, flying in Perth on the Saturday, and flew home the following Saturday and didn't watch a ball. I think they actually decided to stay and go to Brisbane they went to Noosa because do you know the video of Harry Brook when they're in the pub and they're all having a drink in the pub. The 3 lads are sat in front of them, so they're on the high table. If you watch the video, there's 3 lads that are sat on the small table, and that's them 3. So I think they've gone, we'll go to Noosa for a couple of days. Because imagine that.
It was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous, and obviously, it's annoying because like you said, it's frustrating because every bit of luck they could have had was there, and then they just didn't take it. And then,
what do you think happens to Zach Crawley now?
He was second leading run scorer.
Yeah.
He's not going to get ousted, is he?
But so for 4 years, everything's been every time he's failed, and he's failed a lot.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous.
The argument has always been, but we think he'll get runs in Australia.
Yeah.
And I know he was the 2nd leading run scorer.
What's the goal by though?
Yeah, exactly. But to me, I would still look at him and go, you've not done the job. Do they wait another 4 years now?
I think, this is the problem, where do they look to now? Because obviously we've got the World Cup, obviously he's not there. Test series, so what I'd be looking to now is to beat Australia at home, which is next summer. So do you think he can score runs in England against Australia's attack? I don't know, I think very much it's what he's done, he's done okay. Is there better? I mean, it's hard because and I think this is, like I might have said this on the podcast before, I think this is why England struggle now with people going and playing franchise cricket to play, and it sort of they play it instead of playing the early part of the season here at Champo cricket, because there was 4 or 5 batters last year who scored mountains of runs for their county sides, which is how the testing should be picked on form, how you run for your county. So Donson, see for me, we've all had chances before, don't get me wrong. Dan Lawrence, there was some 4 or 5 lads who did really well. Comes to the end of the season, they don't get picked on the Lions tour, because the Lions now is about earmarking young talent, which again, I think there's one player that's crying that 𝗗𝗃𝗀𝗴𝗏, obviously had a really good time, he's now in South Africa. But then you look at it and go, there's now a lot of lads playing, like I said, franchise cricket around the world, and they're playing it instead of championship cricket, because why would they have a long winter in England, or go, play some cricket, play the first part, play a full championship season, score 1,000 runs, average 60, to get to the end of the year and be told, you're not going to get it anyway, so it's pointless. You might as well go and earn a fortune playing your franchise cricket. And this has been my argument all along. Surely, like I say, those lads might not suit baseball cricket, but at the minute, baseball cricket isn't working at this current time. So you either have to rejig it, adapt, or you say, right, we're going to go with a different way now. We're going to go back to the lads that maybe had a go, but they've changed their game over the last 2 or 3 years to actually now maybe they might be successful again at Test cricket. I don't know. I just feel like you're essentially pissing very good county cricketers off, both batters and bowlers. I think pissing them off when they've had good years by not giving them option with the Lions or getting a Test squad. So then why would they commit all their time to English county championship cricket when actually they could earn more money playing franchise cricket?
I feel really sorry for Ollie Pope.
Yeah.
Like I think he's done all right for England. And no, but and I get it. If you're batting at 3, then people will say, "Oh yeah, but there's always a chance you could be in the first over." It's like, yeah, but it's supposed to be a bit 50-50. Like you're in the first over, or you come in at 100 for 1, and like you get to cash in. Like he gets none of that.
No.
He's just constantly, constantly walking out with them. Like they might as well take him out as a runner.
Yeah.
You'll be here soon. One of these two is going to do something stupid.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when they applauded the fact that 𝗘𝗃𝗏𝗀𝗏 played a leave. Well, like, obviously.
This is the thing, like 𝗘𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏 last year had a brilliant year. He was probably England's best batter in all forms. He had a really good. I mean, Joe obviously is the best Test batter, but in all forms, 𝗘𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏 did well. In T20 cricket, Test cricket, and 50-over cricket, he was probably. And then this year, he's just had a bad time. Like it doesn't make him a bad player, but he's had a bad time. Whereas, like you say, Crawley is where he'll go fail, he'll get 70. So then the last people remember is that 70, fail, 100, fail. And it just feels like he just does it at the right time to get himself and buy himself another 2 or 3 games.
The only thing that this is going to sound really harsh. The only thing that he will in theory be remembered for is smoking the first ball of the first Ashes Test over here for.
Yeah. But that's kind of the other thing as well. If he does get dropped, like Ollie Pope's been dropped now, he'll go back to Surrey. I would stake my life that he will go back to Surrey and score a mountain of runs. Yeah. I don't think Zach Crawley will. Because he doesn't get any runs in the county championship.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. I mean, to be fair, I'll cop some stick for what I said when I went, why the fuck have they took Bethel? And then he gets 100 and
the problem now is that where there's like say Pope's, like say you're gonna have to go back, but then the same thing happens again. You know, he might go back and score a load of runs, but they've moved on from him and they're going another direction. Pope doesn't get back in, but he spent. I just feel like Test selection.
Now he's like a big enough name that can probably get those franchise.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like Test cricket has gone away from. And not everyone's picked on form. Like if Joe Root had a bad summer, you're still going to give him a go in the Test series against Australia. If he has a bad year, he's still probably going to get an opportunity next summer to play against Australia. He's done enough. But there's still, I feel like it's gone away from like a Test team being picked on how on form and how you've done. I know it's hard when the season finishes in September and the Test series doesn't start till November, but you've got to pick people on performance, because if you keep performing, not being picked, at what point do you go, well, fuck you then, I'll just go and do something else.
Do you know what I do this in county cricket and the international game as well, but I love how the women's Ashes series.
Oh, the point. Is it
So basically, the Test one dayers and T20s are all part of the series. I would do the same in the so I'd have 3 divisions, and you would play series.
Yeah.
So you would play and you do it like throughout the year, so you're constantly playing different forms. Of cricket, and I do the same. Like I mean, if you wanted the Ashes and the Border Basket could be like separate things, but I'd standardise what an international series is.
Yeah.
I know you could only use so many players in that series, so you have to balance your side.
Yeah.
And do it like if it was like, I don't know if it would be like maybe like 2 tests, 5 one-dayers, 5 T20s,
Yeah.
and that's you.
But this is the thing that when that obviously this is how much cricket's changed. 2005 Ashes series, it started off with 5 ODIs before they played it.
In the T20s, they did them all before.
Did them all, and it was like I was thinking about this when obviously the Ashes were on. I was thinking, I remember there being not one ODI when they last came over. At one point, like there was one series where they didn't play an ODI, England Australia, in the same year that they played like the Ashes series over here, and it was the year after that they then came back over. It's a waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
It's like
it's the same thing with the World Test Championship. Like, you lose the World Test Championship on the toss. Because if you turn up to Lords, it's a green team and you lose the toss, you're under the pump straight away. That doesn't define you the second. You could be the best team by miles. So you're lucky at the toss. That doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, it's a great spectacle. People bring the crowds in to watch. Oh no, it was Australia, India, South Africa this year. South Africa won it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
And then they've got a very good side. Don't get me wrong. Are they better than Australia? I don't know if they are, but I just feel like it's just weird to be we're the best team in the world. You know, they've obviously won all the games over a certain time period, but then to have to go to, you know, I think it's different in football. It doesn't really matter. You don't lose a toss or win a toss in football. You turn them on the day, don't you? And whereas in cricket, you could literally be on the back foot straight away, and it's not even your fault.
But then even when you said like obviously South Africa have won a lot of games to get there. But like, have they?
Well, yeah, they might not play as many games as.
Yeah, because there's like these weird things where like the West Indies clearly have no interest.
Yeah.
And although it's weird, so I watched England and the West Indies in Barbados in 2015 or 16.
Yeah.
Remember, Alistair Cook got 100, and the West Indies they won the game.
Yeah.
And like, ground's packed.
Yeah.
Like, it was absolutely heaving.
Yeah.
So they clearly like have an appetite for it, but they're like,
Well,
like
players want to play it.
yeah, because
None of the better players want to play it because they're not paid.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want to be paid all to play it, and that's what it comes down to. But yeah, again, I think there is a lot to be said around how you go about like the sort of Test Championship. So England are always playing Test match. You know, there's very rarely a long. I know they had a break before the Ashes, but you know they'll go to Sri Lanka. There's an ODI series, and then back, and then they'll be into the summer. So they play a lot of cricket because it's an appetite for it. People go and watch. And what you say, like South Africa might not play as many tests. Australia might not play as many tests. You know, Australia play one big series in the summer, in their summer, and then they usually go away, don't they, for somewhere. You know, they might be in South Africa or they might be somewhere else for the other summer. But they might not play as many games.
I mean, if you standardise a series and say, right, this is a series, like countries like Pakistan, like probably wouldn't, like eventually it all comes down to money. They wouldn't mind playing those test matches where there's not really many people there going, well, we've got 5 ODIs and 5 T20s, we'll be packed. We'll be packed for these, and that's just part of the game.
It's interesting. To be fair, I think it'll be interesting to see what England do off the back of it. Because it's like I say, Zach Crawley will always. Zach Crawley will
in it because he'll be sacked by that if he wasn't. So he's keeping his job. I think that's. They're probably going. I think if they'll probably give him the summer. You've got summer to put it right. Because I think that's it. Like, and I do feel like slightly sorry for Stokes because he puts literally 1,000% of effort into every game he plays to the point where it's now detrimental to him because he's injuring himself more. Because I think he feels like they're not doing it, so I'm going to have to do it because he's that type of cricketer.
I think Stokes' future is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because I
suppose it's like he called him out, didn't he, for being weak a little bit. I think that's the first time he sort of had to make that sort of call his players out without sort of calling them out. He's gone because he's probably tried the best when nothing's happened, so he's gone right. Well, we're going to have to do it this way. So some people listen. I suppose it did have a bit of an effect because they won the next test, didn't they? But
I think it'll be interesting to see what they do, and it'll be interesting with obviously like Stokes' future. And I say Zach Crowley will only ever be remembered for crunching that first ball in the Ashes.
Isn't it? If because of his injuries, Ben Stokes can't bowl anymore, does he still get in your England team?
I think he does, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he does.
No.
You know.
I'd back higher. If he's not going to bowl, I'd say, listen, you are just a batter now. I think if you just
we have a problem at number 3.
if you just tell him he's batted,
Yeah.
I think you get the best out of him.
Yeah, because class batter.
Yeah.
But it's
if
just
you just said to him like, you're not bowling for us, you're just batting. He's definitely in my top 5.
I've always believed like an all-rounder, like one part of his game should get him in the team.
Yeah.
Like regardless.
Yeah.
And I've always just felt with Stokes it's all a bit.
Yeah. I think his
Like
balance is so
nothing's
much.
quite good enough.
Yeah. I think his balance is so much with him. I feel like he's always having to pull people along, and he's having to. I think he's also a match winner. I think that's why I have him on my side. He can change the game, can't he?
Yeah, and he never has those, like, you see a lot of the Australia ones, like there's a lot of Australia innings where Cam Green maybe bowls 3 or 4 overs.
Yeah.
And you go, right, well, he's fine to go out and get some runs.
Yeah.
Like Stokes never has that.
That's 12. He bowled 12, 13 overs on the bounce.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
yeah, and he's got like he got a couple of 50s, didn't he? And it's like then didn't kick on with it, and you can see like when he's getting out, he's obviously extremely frustrated.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, so how is the comedy career going at the moment? Busy?
Yeah, it's just fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
You're in Blackpool the weekend, weren't you? Because it's I don't know.
Yeah, and that's it, and it's as miserable as you think it is.
Yeah.
It's as well, actually, so like the gigs are amazing because they're just full of all the people who work in hospitality now having their Christmas parties.
Yeah.
So like the atmosphere was great, but you can't go anywhere afterwards because
Yeah.
everything's shut. So I just spent it was like do the gig and then go back to the travel lodge and play Football Manager.
That's pretty much what I used to do. Spend all day stood in the field, go back, eat food, get in a room, play Football Manager.
Is that or cricket captain?
Yeah, I've got cricket captain as well. Yeah.
Used to love that.
Just go between those two.
Just go and find your slow left arm to play as
You're overseas.
Yeah, your overseas slow left arm. That was always the rule. Find that slow left armer and just win the league there.
Yeah, get him on after 6 overs.
Yeah,
that's right the way through.
But like my mate now will still 28 will still text me now. He texts me the week. He was on cricket captain. I think the last week I was almost 2021. He's in like 2028 now with Leicester, and I'm captain, club captain. I'm like, get a fucking life on your phone, on his iPhone. Football Manager's fine. I'm not bothered. I'm like, you're in 2028.
Did you? Was it you or was it Lomax who got the team to Champions League final and wore a suit for it on Football Manager?
Oh, so we got Bari. We got Bari to the. This is how long ago it was. It was the UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
And yeah, he turned up at my mum and dad's the next day, and he was wearing the suit. But I was as well. We both got to him, and then when we won, we danced around my mum's living room in the vase. Because she had a vase that was perfectly like UEFA Cup shape. And we were taking in turns like kissing it and then leaning out the window.
I think that was on a par with somebody saying to me that they set the Subbuteo figures up whilst they were playing Football Manager, and they got to a cup final and they were like, you need to do this, you need to do that. We're talking to it. I know that I'm sad of a lot of things, but I've never got to that point. But yeah, I remember you telling me.
I've done it with Football Manager where I'll relive the press conferences, like when I'm in the car and I'm driving along. And for some reason I always go with an Arsene Wenger voice. It's stuff. But then on Football Manager they put the thing in where you can add comments at the bottom. And then I just go wild, what's your relationship with Jurgen Klopp? Like these things. I hope he gets HIV. Go in and then they'll never let. They'll just go Deegan launched into a tirade of expletives.
Oh mate!
But it's like where I'm because I was doing some gigs in the Isle of. I always get confused. Which one's the one between here and Ireland? It's the Isle of Man, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we were there on the Isle of Man, and I was with a comic called Brendan Reese, and we were sat in this coffee shop, and we both had our laptops, and he was clicking away, and he's going I'm getting frustrated here, And I was like, yeah, I'm struggling as well. And he just launched into this thing about how he got this video footage and he was trying to edit it, and he was like, and I've got the edit right, but now the sound's slightly out of sync and the captions are really out of sync, and every time I move something it seems to push everything else out, and I don't know what I'm doing. And he was like, what are you? And I was like, oh, I'm trying to get Barnsley into the Europa. Jimmy Traore's not coming as my assistant.
Oh my god. So, to end with, we would normally do to players. Best player you've played with, but funniest cricketing memory. You got any other good ones, or?
Funniest cricketing memory? Oh, actually, we talked about it before, so it wasn't even a cricket thing, but it was when I went to Australia, which, what year was it we went out?
How many years did,
2004 maybe?
Or it might have been 2003, 2004. Yeah.
It was just 2004. We went out for 3 weeks. His cousin Mike and a few others were out there. Me and Chris Reed went out. I think we were out there a day short of a month, and it was mega. But the last night, Reed comes in and can't find his passport, and he's like, oh, I can't find it. Everyone's looking for this passport, and then I think Ross said we put some stuff in the bin. Have you tried it? So he goes out and starts looking in the bin. And his cousin comes in, just moves a few things, and goes, right, it's here. So he sellotaped it to the roof. And we're like, see how long it takes him to realise. Yeah. So anyway, people just start gradually going off to bed. Everyone forgets to tell him. We wake up in the morning, he's been on the phone to his parents. His parents have been on the phone to the embassy. There's a car's being sent down with paperwork. So that he can get on this plane today, and because if he doesn't get on the plane, immigration are going to turn up, and then this car's turning up, and Mike's stood next to me going, get that passport down off the seat, and I'm trying to get this passport down without anyone noticing me, and eventually we gave it him back, and we went home. But yeah, we just woke up in the morning, and he was like, yeah, I've been on the phone with my dad all night.
Nige would have been happy.
Nige would not have been happy.
Well, I guess it wouldn't have been too bad.
No,
it would have been at least in the he's not getting his dad out of bed for that.
No,
absolutely. Was it you to sell the tape to them, or was it one of others?
No, it was Mike.
Oh, well.
Regardless of what he says.
Oh, for a
little Teflon who never does anything wrong.
He'll start watching this now after that.
Yeah.
He had his little itinerary out and everything for you for the whole trip.
Yeah, he did. He still gets really touchy. So when we arrived, he got this whole itinerary on that, and everything was micromanaged to the minute. Oh, it was awful. If you say the word itinerary to him now, he that made that 3 weeks amazing. Absolute dweeb.
Right, been a pleasure. Thank you for coming.
All right, is that all the questions?
Yeah. Well, do you
what's your favourite gig?
Yeah.
Favourite gig you ever done?
I have to say, the new hot water in Liverpool, Blackstock Market, is nothing I've ever seen. That'd be I'm guessing that'd be these Tottenham players running out at the new stadium. Yeah. It's 580 seat a room. Wow. It's full 3 times a day. That was insane. But then doing the Frog with Steve Coogan was pretty sweet.
Well, the one thing I did forget to ask is, what's the story with regards to when you going out on a night out with one at 𝗘𝗶𝘀𝗆, one of the chasers? It's Sinner that you went out with in York.
Yeah, I've been out a few times with Sinner.
What was the one with the fruit machine?
Oh, it was a quiz machine, and we went into this pub, and I was like, oh, and went in and I was like, oh, I've not got my wallet on me, and he was like, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. And I was like, oh, have you got some cash on you? He was like, no, and he just dropped £1 in a quiz machine, and he just went, these are ATMs to me, and he just took the jackpot, £75, did it 3 times in a row, and this guy just came from behind the bar and just flicked the plug. It's out of order.
That's brilliant, isn't it? That
yeah,
it was literally be a cheat code.
It wasn't a big object. He told me the story before, and I was just that's just incredible. It would just be one of them sights to see, just for you sat there.
That's the problem now with ChatGPT. You could go in, those machines are going nuts. Who You just ask the question. ChatGPT. You just keep doing it, couldn't you? Go around all the pubs in Bury and just keep robbing them.
The pub it's called Lendl Cellars in York, and you walk down. It's like 40 feet of stairs down, and as we're walking up it afterwards, as we get to the top, this girl comes around the corner. This group of girls, and one of them falls down the step, and like Sinner catches him, and like her tits go right in his face. And Paul's an openly homosexual man. He's married to a man. But he likes it, and he's like, "Oh, are you all right? Are you all right?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, thanks." And they start walking, but it's quite echoey. And as they get to the bottom, you can hear this girl go, "Oh my God, that pervert looked like that guy off the chase." Echoed up the stairs.
Oh, that's absolutely class.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I enjoyed it.
Cool. Before we do finish, so what's your thoughts on the obviously like GMCL cricket? Like you don't get to watch much of it, do you? But
No, I don't get to watch much of it, but I think it's the best thing that's
like happened for around here.
Yeah, because like so prior to it, cricket had no consequences.
Yeah, it's
Mostly,
very rare.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like so.
Your season could be done in by the end of May, and you've got nothing to play for because you can't go down, you can't go up.
Yeah, and that was reflected in like when I was playing, like at one point, so part of the reason I stopped playing cricket was the amount of games. Like we had a season where I think we were like, at one point we thought we might actually have 10 games that were over before 2.
Yeah.
Because like clubs had just got that bad, but now those clubs disappear.
Yeah.
And when they get some better players or the kids they've got get older,
Yeah.
they come back. And if you lose yours, do you know what I mean? Everything's...
But they all keep changing. It's a constant
Yeah,
cycle.
because also, I love the fact that it got rid of this myth. Like, it got rid of this snobbery around leagues that were there before. Because when it formed, everyone was like, oh, well, this club will be in the Premier League all the time because they're from this league. And it didn't work out like that.
Yeah, I think that we were talking about this the other week. We were saying it's sort of everyone said, "Oh, it'll take 3-4 years to find its level." I think it's into its 10th season next season, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's
I
like
think there was a lot of teams, and some teams from like leagues afar have come in, and like say that snobbery, they came in and they did well in their league, and they've come in and it shocked them. Now those teams are, are struggling at the bottom end of the Championship, or might be at the bottom end of the Prem. And I think the Prem 2, now it's like I've said this before on the podcast. This season coming will be the GMCL Prem will be one of the most competitive leagues in the country. Not the best in terms of grounds or best in terms of the quality of players. There's some very, very good cricketers, some very, very good teams. But the competitive nature of the cricket it will bring out, I think, will be ridiculous. Now everyone's got two or three proper bowlers, and everyone's got 4 or 5 proper batters. Everyone's got a good pro or a good overseas, and they've got good amateurs. And there's not many, like I look down, like I say, last year when we looked in the Prem 2, and I sort of looked through the fixtures and go, probably result there. They might get beat a lot, they'll struggle. I look through the Prem now, and I couldn't tell you the 3 teams that are going to go down.
and that's the thing.
I could not choose them. Everyone knows the team thinking about, oh, they've not strengthened, they've not strengthened. So one team that signed 8 players. They might not be any good, but they signed 8 players. For a team that were struggling.
So I'm a romantic, like when it comes to cricket, and I like the fact that if you play in this league, there is always a level for you.
Yeah.
There's always a league. There's always it, and the fact that because it's now so much more condensed, it seems people are happier to move clubs.
Yeah.
Because moving clubs doesn't mean moving league. It just means like moving. Like the Premier League will. It's the Premier League. It will always be good.
Yeah.
It will always be great. What these like Bolton leagues and associations and all that, they never understood that they were the reason that people stopped playing.
Yeah.
Because the way they structured the league, everything was always geared towards the professionals.
Yeah.
And like you'd see scorecards where like professional turns up, opens the batting, hits 80 on not out, then he bowls 24 overs. And you go through the scorecard and you go, right, you've 5 lads there that have done nothing.
Yeah.
And I'll wager you now they're 16, 17, 18 years old, and in 18 months they will be doing something else.
Yeah.
and you basically just bombed them out of the game because you want to brag about how good your league is.
Yeah, you know, good job, pros.
We had it where. How old are you now?
I'm 43,
right.
So hopefully most of these old men I'm talking about are dead.
So obviously you're 4 years older than me, and we had it where we had the junior section starting from it might have been actually a couple of years above you, didn't we, at Elton, where everybody from a couple of years above Deegs through to my brother, who's obviously 37, 38, etc. They all played first team at some point at Elton. But there was one point where over the course of like a season, we had 30 out of 33 players that were picked had come through that junior section, weren't they?
Yeah.
And we had a spell for about 10, 15 years where that was just the majority of them were them.
Yeah.
You looked like you're playing against some sides, and like you've got you've got your old boys playing, etc. But yeah, it was like games done by 2.5-2.
I think that goes in swings and roundabouts. You know, you look at some clubs like you've got like Edgeworth now, loads of junior, you've got 14, you've got loads of lads, their own lads coming through, and then other clubs struggle with that but it works like 10 years ago, well, longer than that, 15 years ago when I signed up, you know, when I started playing at Woodbank, we had 7 or 8 lads, and then under 30s who played under 30s, 15s, 17s, 13s, 16s, first team.
Yeah.
Now you might have to wait 10 years before that happens again.
Yeah.
But it works in swings and roundabouts, but I think the GMCL has enabled that to happen more often. Because it goes from being maybe 10, 15 years to maybe 5 or 6 years, because you've got a level where those lads can play. You can find your level, like you say, in a particular league.
Yeah.
From my experience, people. So back when I was playing, people seemed to stop enjoying it in their early 20s, and the reasons they had for stopping enjoying it, like not all of them, but a lot of them have gone away because of this.
I also think, even though it was a bowling association, there's still a lot of travel. Standish, Goldmore.
Yeah.
Like 45 to
Springview.
Whereas now
European overnight trips.
Whereas now
Pack a bag.
Whereas now in the GMCL, you know, I mean, the Prem still don't travel that far. You know what the furthest ground might be away is probably Shaw.
Yeah. Well, again, and that's what 40 odd minutes. But you make them sacrifices for it.
But it's not that far, is it? And like we say, the second team are playing more localised for those lads that are trying to get in the first team. You don't lose them to the game you don't lose them into the wilderness because their mates are out drinking at 6 o'clock and they don't get back till 8:30 because it's going to be an effective game and it's not finished till 8:30. They've got to get back from Standish or Springview. You still keep them players because they can still play cricket, finish at 6:30 and still go meet the mates afterwards.
Yeah. And it was just it was one of the things, wasn't it? It was like, don't get me wrong, we had some good times playing on like Goldman and Springview and Standish.
Oh, don't get me wrong, they're good grounds, but
they're not an hour and 10 minute good grounds.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's local, like saying, you know, obviously Standish, Springview have got a Liverpool comp, haven't they?
Yeah.
Goldborn obviously to GMT, but they're at the minute they're at the level they're happy to be at. They might come strong, good, they might not.
Yeah, I think it's massively. I found that it's massively improved the results side of cricket because there was a time period where we were playing in winning and losing draws, which was nonsense, and then it suddenly then became that it was we'll have wins, but we're gonna. There's no more losing draws or winning draws, it's out and out wins, but we're still going to sort of keep the same point system, which really confused me. Yeah. And then we're going to go to this, and then obviously you move, and it's simple.
I
keeps
it running. Early finish at all, actually. Even when we got rolled for 59 against Saddle, if they batted first and got 190, it was still the game, you know, I didn't have one last year, which I don't know, you always like an early finish one weekend, don't you? But it shows the competitive nature of the league. Right. Thank you very much for that. That was brilliant.
All right. Thank you. Absolute pleasure as always, sir. Cheers. Do you want to ask for likes and subscribes again after?
Don't beg.
Keep subscribing, keep liking. We're very grateful for it.
Do you know what? Find a local club and go and play cricket.
Elton CC.
Exactly. Right. I'm Chris Murray.
And I'm 𝗗𝗲𝗶𝘆.
And this has been the Flat Track Podcast.